People, Deluded, I'm back again. Now a quick video. Matteo Guendouzi has been called up to the French squad as a result of injuries to primarily Pogba. There are rumours that Hossein Aouar, Ndombele and a couple other midfielders impacted Deschamps' decision to select the young freshly turned 20-year-old midfielder of Arsenal to the French squad. Now there's also that, but he is on his radar. Now on his radar is an ambiguous term, because if you're a scout, you come on people, your national team scouts should be giving you a database on no less than 20 individuals of some level that at any point can step up to this level if needed. That from regulars to people that you just have your eyes on for this very reason if people get injured. Which Guendouzi, you have heard Deschamps has his eye on. And why wouldn't he? Whether he believes in him or not, his scouts are to have notified him or not to his availability or him in general, whether he knew about him, because of the fact that he went from Lorient to Arsenal and played so frequently last season and this season. National team scouts, if he isn't, are watching him, or hearsay people. You got to remember, Deschamps and these people, for all the scouting, all the technical terms, they're individuals like us. They have friends, people. You'll be surprised how many deals actually and people get called up as a result of meetings at golf or things like that. He could easily get a text saying, what about Guendouzi? Do you get it, people? I'm going a bit too deep for football, but from personal experience, from what I've been told and been around, that's the sort of things that happens. And also, obviously, I don't think he had the best of under-21s campaigns, neither did the whole of France, but he's been playing for France, so he's in the national team setup. Did the under-21s train at Clonfontaine, or I cannot say it, where France's national team train? I'm pretty sure they do, so they're bound to have bumped heads and whatnot. For Guendouzi, I'm happy for him, and I previously said I think he's got potential to be a good player for Arsenal and get capped by France. Whether he gets capped is a different story, but just the fact that he's in the squad, man, is a good boost for him, because he's been playing a lot. He's had some good periods for Arsenal. He's had some tough periods. He's going through that trials and tribulations of a young player. Personally, I do think he needs to improve certain things whether you're young or not, just as a result of playing so frequently. But at the same time, I do think people are unfair because of the fact that he's 20 years of age and the fact that he's played for Arsenal more times than he played for Lorient. He has been showing improvement, and he does need to keep improving. But it's not easy to you're not going to switch overnight, people. Do you get it? And I feel, considering where he's come from and where he's taken to it, like big games, for whether he's lacked ability or not, he's never cowered, people. Personally, I like Guendouzi a lot. Whether he's frustrated or not, like I say, with Reece Nelson and even Pepe to a different degree, people are getting onto him about his end product. Of course, these players need to improve, but for Guendouzi, I've seen more courage in him than certain individuals that have left now, or players that are here that have been here for a period. Pepe, for instance, for all his frustration, I've seen more from him than I have certain individuals last season. Nelson, for his youthfulness, the same. So this gives me time for these players. I'd rather persist with Guendouzi than the previous players that have been at this side and some that are playing week in, week out. Because at least Guendouzi's got some potential. At least this thing means something to him, do you get it? And for me, it's a good confidence boost, considering his relative humble beginnings that I've just labelled him coming from, obviously. And it's a good thing. I don't want him to rest on his laurels, but if he doesn't get capped, just from training, and obviously he's played with these players and stuff, but just from training and being around these players in the national team, and obviously he's played for Arsenal, he's played for Lorient, but you could imagine going out there for a France international is a different level. Whether you're on the subs bench or playing, you'll feel the buzz, and that will give him motivation to come back to Arsenal and keep trying to improve to get in that squad. He could potentially be an outsider for the Euros. I would love him to go to the Euros. My educated guess at this moment in time, people, on the 2nd of September, is Guendouzi will not go to the Euros for France. Fingers crossed he does. Hope to God he does. You lot know I'm Guendouzi gang, Guendouzi FC. But an educated man, if someone told me to bet my life savings on it, people, at this moment in time, I'd be lying to you if I said that I think Guendouzi would go. But it's a good look for him. Arsenal players, we do get players obviously called up for the internationals, but I'd say for England players especially, and in general, I don't really see our young players getting in the French setup and all of these, and England setup and these things. So if Guendouzi can get into France, if Holden and Willock and Maitland-Niles and Nelson can keep developing, and who knows, one of them could get an England cap. Chambers technically has already. It'll be good. It'll be good for us, man. I'm happy for him. If you go and type his name in on Google, you'll see a soundbite. He actually found out he was sleeping, people. He went from sleeping to, it sounds cliche, but he's sleeping. He got a call from one of the coaches, and it took it from there. So it's a pleasant surprise for him. Obviously, it makes these last couple of days even sweeter, because everybody's praising him, and he's a king right now in North London based on his performance against Spurs, obviously. And now with this call up, it's just even better. So he should come back from the international break buzzing, people. because it's not going to get any easier for Arsenal in general. We've got United at the end of the month. We've got Watford away from home. I'm not going to sit here and say I can remember the other fixtures, but them two fixtures are tough in themselves, people. We won at Watford last year, but was it a convincing performance? Like the season before that, we obviously lost there. United in the league at Old Trafford, yeah, we've won in the FA Cup, but in the league, it's not been a pleasant place for us, people. We should have won there last season. Facts is, from an Arsenal perspective, if we did what we needed to do and there weren't individual errors, fact is we dropped points there, people. So for Guendouzi in these players, it's a good challenge to keep improving. And for me, it's wonderful to see Guendouzi's getting called up, because I honestly believe him and Torreira, if they keep developing, I don't think they'll be at Arsenal in the next couple of years. I think the big boys will come calling, to be fair with you. But from an Arsenal perspective, I hope to be wrong. And it's confidence for us, man, because if Matteo Guendouzi can develop and be a competent player for us, if Torreira can keep developing, Joe Willock, if he can become a decent player for us, we've got some good young midfielders there. If Maitland-Niles can get a chance in there. Personally, I feel regardless, we should be looking for a box-to-box midfielder to bring in either in January or the summer, because I think Torreira, Guendouzi and him, or if we can bring in Ceballos on top of that, could give us some options. I do think we've got to be looking at certain midfielders that are now deemed captain in this side and really looking at their performances under the microscope. So back to Guendouzi, credit to him, man. Just keep developing. Fingers crossed you make your debut. I don't know who they've got, but I don't think there's any big games of such. No disrespect to any of the countries, and in the event I'm wrong. But what more can I say, people? Well done, Guendouzi, man. On that note, people, Deluded, I'm out. Thank you for watching and rocking with me. I'm out.